let us understand one more important topic, and that is about radius of gyration. Radius of gyration sounds like a very high-tech word, which is said as radius of gyration, right? So today we are going to discuss about this word, terminology, a different concept. It's a different expression, that is radius of gyration, which is related to moment of inertia. Okay, we have discussed moment of inertia till now, and we are going to see what does radius of gyration means to moment of inertia. Now here we had seen in one of the proof, we had taken some irregular shaped object, correct? To that we had given an axis. We had given an axis to this, and this axis suppose had an omega, angular velocity omega, and it had a moment of inertia maybe IC. This was passing through the center of mass. That IC was passing through the center of mass. So we had seen that IC was equal to summation of all the masses and the distance of the radius from the origin or from the center of mass, right? That would constitute towards the moment of inertia of this object. From this derivation, then we had done a derivation of a disk. In this disk, again we had taken an axis passing through the center, named it at IC, and the moment of inertia of this disk I was given as 1/2 mr square. Was given as 1/2 mr square. Now here we have the whole system, or rather we have this whole mass that is distributed around the center of mass, right? So the distribution is equal. If this is an uneven, geometrically this may not be the center, but because this is an even disk, geometrically the center of mass will lie on the center of the geometry. Here, depending upon the weight distribution, it can shift anywhere. The center of mass can shift anywhere. Now this radius of gyration is a concept to represent the same center of masses in terms of a concentrated mass. This is an purely distributed mass, correct, over the center of passing to the center of mass. Now suppose this is the mass of the body and this is your radius r. Suppose if I take mass equal to 2 kg and radius r equal to 1 meter, so I will be equal to 1/2 into 2 into 1 square, and that will be equal to 1. What is the unit of moment of inertia? Unit of moment of inertia is kg meter square. Is kg meter square. So 1 kg meter square is the moment of inertia of this disk. Now if I have to create a similar system, if I had to create a similar system of the same value but with a concentrated mass, not with a distributed mass like this. Suppose if I take one concentrated mass of the same value m, this mass and this concentrated mass will be the same, and if I have to rotate this around an axis having a radius, suppose k. Now definitely when the mass is concentrated over here, it will not have the same radius r, it will be at some distance, such that the IC should be equal to 1 kg meter square. That IC should be equal to 1 kg meter square for the example that I have taken. So if IC is equal to 1 kg meter square, mass is 2 kg, that is not changed. Here the mass of the whole disk was 2 kg. Here this is the mass of the concentrated weight, that is 2 kg. Okay. Now I have to find the radius of this. Now since I has to be the same, right? So I will write down I is equal to m k square. This is the moment of inertia of this system of a concentrated mass of 2 kg at some distance k. Now IC I know is equal to 1, mass I know equal to 2, and this is k square. So 1 half, half will be equal to k square. So k will be under root of 1 by 2. So this will be at the distance at which this mass has to be kept, so that the moment of inertia of this disc will be equal to the moment of inertia of this particular arrangement in which I am having this as a concentrated mass. Correct? Now I have taken this as a part of an example. Let us do this in the form of an equation. So in the form of an equation, how will it be? How will you derive this? If here I equal to 1 half mr square, if I is equal to 1 half mr square for a disk, this is the moment of inertia we know, right? Then you have to find the value k at which a similar mass, but as a concentrated mass, is kept at a distance k from an axis. So here in this particular case, IC will be equal to m into k square. This is the generalized equation of moment of inertia, mass into the square of the distance. Mass is the concentrated mass. Okay. So since both this equation 2 and this equation 1 are the same, so how am I going to write? Mk square is equal to 1 half mr square. Your m and m will get cancelled, and k will be equal to 1 upon root 2 into r. This will be the value of this k. Here also we have got the same thing, 1 upon under root of 1 upon 2, and r was 1. So this is in the form of an expression. This was a numerical example for you to understand what I was trying to explain to you. So this k is called as radius of gyration. This k is called as radius of gyration. So whenever you have a moment of inertia of any system whose value you know, and if you have to find the radius of gyration, then you have to equate this radius of gyration, the moment of inertia of the object which is known to you. Now here we had taken a disk. This is an object which was known to us, correct? Now this should be made equal to mk square, keeping the same mass. I am going to keep the same mass, but the k is going to be different. If k is going to be different, then I want to find what is the value of that k. So when you equate both these equations, the mass will get cancelled because mass will be common in both the case, and you will get the expression of k in terms of r. Okay, so this was the radius r of that object. Now you will get the value of this k. This k is called as radius of gyration. So in short, what is the definition of radius of gyration? It says that radius of gyration is that equivalent radius where a concentrated mass of the same value will be rotating around that particular axis, or revolving around that particular axis. Here we are talking about rotation, here it will be revolving around that particular axis, but that also creates a moment of inertia, right? And if the moment of inertia has to remain the same, what would be that radius? And that is known as radius of gyration, right? So please. Now let us take one more example of radius of gyration and see how we can define the radius of gyration. For example, we had already seen the radius of gyration of a sphere, right? We had seen the moment of inertia for a sphere was how much? You remember? We had done this. I had given you the whole chart. It was 2 upon 5 mr square. Now if you are asked to find the radius of gyration of a sphere, so you have to write down the equation that I will be equal to mk square. If both the i's and i's have to be the same, then you will have mk square equal to 2 by 5 mr square. So this will get cancelled, and k will be equal to under root of 2 by 5 r. So this will be the radius of gyration of sphere. Simple. So it's a very simple method to find the radius of gyration. It can come to you in your MCQs. Of course, not for the standard bodies and the standard solids. First, they might ask you some moment of inertia tangent to the sphere, right? Then using the perpendicular and the parallel axis theorem, you will find out the new moment of inertia around that new axis. And later on, then they will ask you find the radius of gyration of this particular arrangement, right? So whatever is your outcome, the final moment of inertia, right? So you have to use this equivalent to mk square and then find the value of k. It is as simple as that, right? Fine. So please take this down.